Hello and welcome to part 57. Like usual, check the description for any timestamps you want to jump to. Otherwise, thanks for sticking around for the play-by-play. So for today's session, I want to focus on getting this dug out a little bit more. And that means getting rid of any clay that's on the inside of this wall as well. Let's take a look on the inside of our building here. Before we start expanding this a little further out, we need to take a look to see what we can mine out over here. Got a limestone. Let's take a look back here. Nothing there. Okay. Before we mine this out, we have the wooden beam going across. What we want to do is we want to support that area, and then we'll be able to mine it out after. Oh, we don't need that one mined out. So we don't want our ceiling to collapse, and we don't want the floor above that to collapse. We don't want to have to rebuild part of our keep. We don't want to lose our great hall and those several bedrooms along that wall in the process. Might be 2 or 3 bedrooms that are affected at once. Looks like we had a bone pile. I want to take a look inside our barn as well. Yeah, these decompose, these don't. We need to fix this. We need to put our clay brick floor down. Also, just wanted to make this a larger storage area. We'll get that set up. And let's expand this. And speaking of storage areas, this area here, that was pretty much wood. Getting rid of that. We're going to move this one over. Not expand, copy. We need to copy it over. Then we expand. We can put these spots here. And what we want to do, we also want to make it so this area holds the lower quality items. I'm going to get rid of this. And we're going to take a look up here. Looks like we got room still. Weapon rack. Got a lot of room. Different armors to go in here. Looks like the ammo, same thing here. Let's expand this out. We got more room for ammo. Looks like we're running out of space, so let's expand those. I'm not sure if ammo needs to be underground. I might put it on the roof. You know what, maybe we'll put a pile on the roof as well. That's another thing. Gotta take a look at this. Gotta fix this. Oh, there we go. Need to style this appropriately. And I guess I never noticed this roof wasn't styled. And I like having it look a little bit fancier. Let's get that set up. Alright, looks a little bit cleaner. And one other thing I want to check on before we get to checking on other things, let's just assign more digging to happen. You can start filling this soil in a little bit here. You can also dig this out. While that's assigned, let's take a look, see what we can assign here. We got dubious booze piles. Rough wine, let's forbid that. What do we have here? Rough wine, cider, rough wine. Let's get this dubious stuff and we'll forbid that. And let's just increase our own alcohol production. I know I've been buying a fair amount lately, but let's increase our own. And with one other thing happening with our food recently, I feel like we need to get more people set up on cooking as a priority. Especially that I have 3 different shifts. I got pretty much morning shift, afternoon shift, and night shift. And even if I get enough night shift people, I can switch them to a first night shift and a second night shift. Looks like we got 14 and 14. And then 3 people on night shift. So, whoever's on night shift, I want their priority to be cooking. So we got Deer Mod, we got Mott. Where is Mott? Mott, you are on night shift. I want you cooking first before you do anything else. I know it's not the highest cooking skill, but you will get better. And then, was it Tefania? You were the last one on night shift? You are. You have a decent cooking skill already, so we'll turn your mining on a little bit lower there. And let's go back to the top. So first shift ends at Hawaii's. Let's get a few people cooking on first shift. We want you to cook. Turn harvesting down. Cooking, perfect. You're on night shift. Skill of 4, is that the highest I've seen here? Okay, I guess we'll keep an eye on. Yeah, get a few of you. Change that. Hunting, change that down as well. Yeah, really? Okay. Who was you? Who was you? Elizabeth. It was you. You're going to be our next cook. Okay. And let's see. Who can we set up on first shift to be a jailer? Perfect. Hernald. Since you like crafting, you can be in charge of the jailing. And Cenwulf as well. We'll put 2 of you in charge of that. Maybe you'll take turns. Okay, this room has been mined out a little bit. Let's go to replacing soil. Now that the support beams are put up, we can mine that piece out. And let's go back to digging outside as well. We have a friendly visit, a druid. Hello, druid. We don't have a temple for you. Okay, we can put in a slope over here as well. And while that's happening, let's take a look at second shift to see who we can set up for cooking. Let's see, how many people did we have in the first shift cooking? 1, 2, skip deer mod, 3, 4 of you with Foxy. Okay, so just 4. Night shift is 3 people. Alright, so we have 1 starting here, 2 with Macus. Mott, you're on night shift, so 3 with Pentecost. Tefania, you're on night shift. Tanild, you are 4th. What else do you have here? Jailer, let's turn that down to 2. So that means we need to get another jailer set up for second shift. You really don't want to do it. That's too bad. Okay, you can take care of it. And maybe Oswald too. Get the two of you set up. Alright, soil goes in there. We got more clay to dig out. More clay here. Okay. That's just dirt, so we can do the next bit of outside digging. And then hopefully that'll get dug out and we can fill it in before we need to do the next layer. Let's take a look at these apple trees. I feel like it's been a little bit, well, maybe not, but there's some ripe ones. Some of these need to be cut down. Fruitless, you can get cut down. Ripe, we can harvest. Harvest you, you're budding. It's a small one. That one's already getting cut. That's ripe. Oh, okay, ripe one there. Young one, that one's ripe. Let's cut you down. With all these things sitting outside, let's take a look at our inventory. We got beeswax and tallow. You know what? Let's set up that beeswax and tallow. That can go here. That will clean up a lot of space from this storage area, and I want to start getting this cleaned up because eventually we're gonna need this space for the Great Hall. Like, why do we have water piles here? Can I not just set that up somewhere else? Like, anywhere. Like this can just be a water pile. Right, water. Like, why is water in here? Turn that off as well. Okay. Stick trap. Let's go install that. Regular stick trap, go at the front. Wooden traps. Assign you. You know, let's assign some digging, just not right next to the wall, just so we don't lose out on some production going on there. Another wooden trap. Let's move you over there. Fire traps. I set some up recently down here. I have. I got some set up here. Should I set up another one on this side? Okay, so that's on the west side of the map. Maybe I should set some up on the other sides. Now this is the side closest to my area, so if enemies spawn here, it'll be a lot harder to get my defenders in the gate if they come at me full speed. So if I can slow them down a little bit when they spawn there, that's probably the best play. Okay, animal feed, stick trap. Oh, there's just so many people walking by. Makes it harder to click. Okay, stick trap. Got another wooden trap. Let's go. Wooden trap. Put you in here. Alright, let's take a look at that digging. Looks like on the inside we got everything dug out, so let's fill that in. Do a bit more digging here. Also just realized, looks like this isn't done, so let's dig that out. And we started this next layer, so let's continue that on the side. Alright, let's see what we got. Oil press, fire trap. Let's go install some more fire traps. I want to keep them away from the graveyard. I mean, if it burns down, you know, it's fated to happen, we'll say. You don't want it to burn down. Let's not do it on purpose. Do we have room for metal traps? Not really. Oh, we have a spot. Let's get all this dung sorted out. Looks like we cleared up quite enough space here. Let's get that urgently put away. We got some paintings. Put that in there. Wooden traps. We got mushrooms growing there. Let's put that here. We got a bush in the way. Another painting. You know what? We'll probably move these away from here eventually once we start tearing down this wall, because that wall is going to come down. I'm excited to have the Great Hall expanded. I didn't really plan to do that. I was hoping I would set it up and it would be perfect the way I set it up, but I guess we need to move things around sometimes. Will enemies spawn here? Maybe they'll spawn here. Go between these spaces. Alright, that dirt's put in. Put that beam back in. And we'll be able to mine out that clay shortly. Let's just wait for that beam to be put in. Because if we mine those out and those beams collapse instead of jumping to the next tile, so we saw this one, once we dug it out, it disappeared. So those won't jump to the tile behind, and I have a feeling that would probably collapse the room above. The prison, right? They would fall out of the prison. Another nice thing, now that this wall is put back together for the most part, we can copy these. And we can copy the other side as well. How are our materials looking? Got 2,000 wood? Okay. More than enough. Got some fog. Take a look at our base with some fog. Might be the thumbnail we use. Maybe something like this. We'll see. Sometimes it takes me a little while to pick out a thumbnail when I'm going through the videos. Oh, extortion. Philosophers of the natural order. Philosophers. Oh, you're such nice trading partners with us. You're hostile, you're hostile, you're neutral. Permanently hostile, neutral. You know what? As much as I relied on you being the closest ones, I think maybe we'll just deal with the Increan disciples. Thought you were a deer for a second. I am Walt the deer. Okay, we got a day. Let's come back in a day. Or half a day. We'll come back in the morning. We'll tell them no. Good thing is we'll be able to see what they're sending to us when we tell them no. So thankfully we'll be able to prepare a little bit. I feel like we need to get some people on cutting plants. Who can we get on cutting plants? Maybe move that down the list for him. Same with you, move that down the list. Who else enjoys cutting plants? You know what, maybe we'll put mining after cutting plants for you, Raymond. Slow down our mining operation a little bit. Okay, building. Alright, so that piece was put in. That means we can mine out this clay. Oh, good thing I noticed. So let's not mine that out on the outside. You don't want to go that far. We'll set that to be mined out. And if that's the last piece that needs to be mined out, we can move these over here. And we can set them up in between and around. Let's get that clay picked up, moved out of the way. And you know what, let's get that dirt out of the way too. Okay, it's the morning, 1 a.m., almost 2 a.m. We'll send out a negotiator soon. It's flimsy items. When do we want to fight them? If we tell them no around 5 or 6, they'll send someone around 11 or 12 maybe? It's like usually 3 to 4 hours. Let's go and begin negotiations, and by begin negotiations we mean Treelaw will tell them no. Autumn is here. Maybe we'll have something to celebrate. We'll celebrate a victory, and then we'll have a feast to also celebrate First day of autumn. This is who they're gonna send. 11 archers, 7 thugs. Alright. Oh, they didn't send anyone. They just hate us now. Well, they don't hate us. Somehow. I can still trade with them. Interesting. We just lost that whatever percent bonus we had is just all taken down 100, so we're at minus 70. That's rough. I would have much preferred if someone like the Kingdom of York came, since they're so far away. These are my good trading partners. Now they're just terrible trading partners. Well, I guess we'll have a feast anyway today. We have the meals. I guess we don't really have drinks. But we have meals. I did increase my booze production, didn't I? I guess it'll take a while for that to kick in though. Alright, good news, the soil here was dug out, so we can put the soil back in. And that means we can celebrate soon. At 16th hour we can celebrate, that's 4 p.m. It's real soon. Alright, slow down that time. Let's get these tables prepared. Let's hold that event. I got 31 people. We got everyone we can picked. Okay, let's go through these lavish meals. Let's use all 10. Apple pie, we'll get 10 of that. More pie, another 10. Bread, 10. Okay, that should be more than enough food, but let's see if we can get some variety. Maybe not. Is roasted meat edible? Yes it is, it's a meal. Okay, so that's just one variety there. Okay, so maybe we can take some of these down. What should we have to add to get to the next? Maybe we can't. Okay, so 825 it is. Okay, so that's as much as we're gonna get with the food. Now, we do have rough wine we can add. We don't have any dubious booze. How much wine can we add till it becomes... Okay, so 13. Duration of the event, 2 hours. Depending on the quality, they'll be satisfied for a few days. Okay, well, let's hope for the best. Let's accept that. Our people can party in this great hall. Let's increase the time a bit there. Everyone's feasting, Foxy's performing. How are people starving? Are you not, like, in the middle of a feast? Mod, are you not feasting with us? How are you preparing? Are you preparing food now? Not hungry. Excellent feast. An exquisite meal. Okay. Excellent. We had all the participants. We can't scroll down. Too bad. Alright, well, it was an excellent event. People said they were starving during the event. Very weird. I'm so starving. So hungry I could eat. Alright. Let's take a look at our prisoners. Looks like we had some that were shackled, unfortunately. That's not good. Last one's a success. Last one's also a success for you. Okay. Be able to start recruiting more people soon. I'm glad everyone enjoyed that autumn festival. Let's take a look at these apple trees again. That one's ripe, okay. Ripening, budding, flowering, 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 flowering. Young one, okay. Well, we made some progress so far in the half video that we watched. Most important thing is we got the clay here dug out as well as the clay in the wall. So now we don't have to worry about that. We can just dig on the outside once this piece here is put together. Be a lot easier. And now that this bottom area is starting to get dug out as well, we'll be able to focus on just this one area here for now. Once we dig that out, we'll start filling that back in with dirt, and then we'll be mining out the outside of this. Definitely seems like our little encampment here right now is just cooking and mining are the two main things I worry about lately. Oh, look at all these animals just running by. But we have a lot more going on in our society than just cooking and mining and building. We also have all of this manufacturing that happens here, whether that means making limestone bricks or clay bricks or taking apart old items or making some new ones. Let's go hang these paintings, clean up some space here. Got some more traps to install. Let's go install those in case another neighbor declares war on us. Let's put these traps out. Got a lot of dung in here again. Let's make that a priority for our hauling animals, which let's take a look at our domestic animal situation. We can train these dogs, right? Those are chickens. Yeah, if this dog grows up and starts mating with these, we want our offspring to be trained. So let's train him ahead of time. Call you Barky. Barky the dog. So you didn't have a name for some reason. Chop these trees down that have finally matured. B is the hotkey for that. Hopefully our people that are set up to cut trees down get to it. We have quite a lot of these building up around. Oh no. Blighted crops. Okay, we got a few people in the area here already. Let's go and save what we can save. Is anyone else nearby? For whatever reason? Yeah, that turned off, okay. Two people had it turned off, alright. Thought that dog was one of those spots. Is that it for the blight? We got it. We did it. Alright. That's why we keep our plants separate from each other. Okay. Looks like that cleared up some space. Not a whole lot, but some space. Let's get these wooden traps put out. Hey, Cenwulf has decided to join our settlement. Let's take a look at who else we have down here and what skills they have. I feel like I would want someone with a high culinary or a really high mining skill. Okay, Simon here. Who else? Construction. Culinary, no. Culinary, 16. Okay. Mining a 5 as well, not bad. Alright, so we're going to recruit you. And then you are the one who we've been recruiting lately as well. So 3 people. And then Cenwulf, welcome to first shift. Let's see, was it just you? Looks like just you. What perks do you have? Like to play jokes. Okay, Lord of Misrule is good. Let's go to managing you. You are melee? No, you are a marksman. No shields. Cap. Winter apparel like everyone else. Light armor. And meals. Okay, perfect. Then we go to jobs. Firefight. You can be a patient. Tending. We'll leave that on medium for now. Convalesce, yes. Urgent haul. Leave that on mid. Jailer, just like everyone else, set that to 5. Hunting, 5. We don't really do that. Fishing, off. Growing, let's make that low, even though your skill's pretty decent. Animal husbandry, we'll put that on the lowest. Mining. Mining we'll put, I guess, behind harvesting. We want more people cutting plants, so I'm going to keep cutting plants here. But I think I'm going to switch that to number 1. And we'll make constructing number 2, because we definitely want someone cutting plants. And maybe after cutting plants, we'll get another cook. Constructing after crafting. Smithing, no. Carpentry, yes. Tailoring, no. Alchemy, no, which means research is no. Artistry, we'll turn that on 4. You know what, maybe 3. We'll turn that on 3. Stewarding and training and hauling will turn on the lowest. So now, since your carpentry skill is so high, do we want you to do that before cutting plants or after? Let's get you doing that first. So carpentry, once you catch up on that, since you're really excellent at it, we'll have you cutting plants and then cooking. Constructing. You know what, crafting will turn down after cooking. And then constructing and artistry. Okay, looks good. Let's get that dirt picked up. Let's get that clay picked up. I think maybe we should send a caravan out. If a group just showed up to extort us recently, the chances of that happening again are kind of slim. Foxy, what are you doing? This is supposed to be the warden's chambers, not the bard's chambers. In fact, there's no mirror in here. I thought that was a whole bard thing. I gotta get a mirror put into that. If that's barley, that means our food supply here is pretty stuffed. Yeah, we got a lot of food. Okay. We got a lot of ice. Maybe we should be cutting the next floor down to get more storage space. Maybe it's time to invest in another cellar. Let's shrink this. You know what? I think we should do the floor on this side, the way down. So let's shrink that. Once that gets moved out of the way, we'll mine the floor down. Looks like we need more storage space for more food. Or we should just trade our food faster. But we're definitely going to want more storage space if we're going to have, you know, catacombs for our dead one day. Thought about putting that underneath the temple. So maybe we'll have catacombs under the keep for just alcohol. Oh, they're hostile now. Interesting. How are we starving? Literally have our meals. Okay, let's set this bed back up to being our warden's bed. We got food here. Yeah, we got bread for prisoners. Okay, let's send someone out to Tunstead. We'll send you four, or you know what, you don't have anything, so we'll send you four. And let's see, what do we normally send lately? 2 donkeys? Do we not have male ones? Where are the male ones? There's a male one, perfect, okay. 20 animal feed for one way for my people, 8 food. These are meals for one way for the other. Okay, what do we have to bring? Beeswax. Not that many. 160? 160. Now we have some extra food, it seems, so let's bring that. Even barley, we have a lot of barley, so let's bring some barley this time. We usually don't bring barley. What else do we have? Linen usually. Where's our linen at? Scroll much further down. Anything else on the way? Herbs, we can send a few. Honey, we can send some honey as well. Where's that linen? It's coming up here. There it is. Okay. Let's send 318 of those. And while we scroll down to the bottom here, is it wool that's usually at the bottom that we can send? You know what, let's send some of these saplings. Okay, 11 it is. They're not worth a whole lot, but they'll get rid of some space. Ambush chance of 3. Very low. Let's risk it. Let's get this coal brought out. Alright, looks like we got some space here still on the inside, so what can we put there that would make sense? Did we not set up water outside? We did. Water is still inside. Our people will get to that eventually. You know what, maybe we can put shackles in this chest? Is that something we can do? They're not considered like armor. Caravan has left. Excellent. Not shields. Are they? They're not weapons. Right? They're not a coin, so we can't put them in a chest. That's too bad. Can we put them on a shelf? Can a shelf hold any of that stuff? It's definitely not a food. No, you can't put them on the shelf. That's too bad. Okay. Recruiting attempt failed. Sad. Let's get rid of that piece of dirt. People just started with their caravan journey. So there's some dirt there. Looks like we could fill that in if we wanted to. Is that 3? 3 pieces wide. Okay, let's fill that in. Can get that built as well. Ooh, a bear. Oh, a young bear. Heck yeah. What time is it? Oh, everyone's exhausted. Who can I send to try to train a bear? Animal handling needs to be high. $33, 21, 30. Is there anyone on night shift? Tiffania, what's yours? 1. Okay, not happening. Mott, also 1. Not happening. Deer mod. No. Okay, caravan is at destination. Let's go deal with that. Let's see, we brought things to trade. Let's trade all the linen cloth we brought, all the beeswax, all the herbs. Look at the value we're getting for that. All the barley, barely worth anything here. Beets, I think that's worth more than it was saying on my side. Honey we're selling, animal feed we need for our animals. We're selling the oak sapling, and we need the apple pie for the way back. Unless we trade some of these animals away. Let's see what the people at Tunstead have. They have a lot of gold. Look, they got beds. Royal beds, linen. Fermenting station, fire traps, metal traps, wooden traps, stick traps. We might just get those traps. We don't want these wall banners. We do want your alcohol though. We want your meals. We want eel meals. I'll take your rough wine. I'll take your apple saplings. Ice blocks we have plenty of. Oh yes, look at that limestone brick. How are we doing for weight? Doing well. They don't have regular limestone. That's kind of surprising. I think they won't trade those things. Okay, we can still get a lot more, so let's get more fire traps. Let's see, metal traps we can still get, and quite a bit in our favor. Looks like we can just afford 2 wooden traps. Let's see, besides that, would you be willing to give us some cheese? A few cheese. Okay, we'll take 4 cheese. Look at that, 335.80 that we're getting in our favor. We're trading quite a bit. We're getting, gold coins are great. That's like 1 prisoner worth right there, almost 2. Alcohol, rough wine, that's great. Meals, that's great. That'll save us some time. A lot of building materials, a lot of the traps. 8 metal, 8 fire, 2 regular wooden traps, and just some cheese. Just some cheese. Let's go back. Let's fix that time going a little bit faster. And we'll see if we can send 1 person to try to tame this bear a little bit before, I guess before the day starts. Who has a decent skill? You have 33. Let's send you, Crystal. Required 30 to tame them. Okay. 40 days young. This is Bob the bear. Alright, let's watch. Slow that down to ×2 instead of the ×5 that we normally have. You have like a rock you're petting in front of them. It worked. All that for 14%. Okay, so hopefully that goes down to maybe like 8 or 9% every day. And hopefully we'll get them by maybe by the end of winter. Oh, it's gonna suck running out there to train them. Okay. Good thing that we got it on the first try. That's a good omen for me, I think. Alright, so we're coming up to the hour mark, so let's call that a day. Let's just scroll down and scroll back up to fix these glitches. Just notice that didn't load properly. Okay, we'll set that piece up at the top. Perfect. Okay, we made pretty good progress on the outside here, on the southeast of our area. We managed to dig a little bit westerly. We also managed to get the inside of our keep dug out and rebuilt with soil, so that part is done. Now we just have to worry about digging on the outside. So we've been focusing here, where the wall and the inside of our fortress will be dug out and rebuilt first. Looks like we're gonna have to dig out another layer under here. So we have started that on this side. We're just gonna dig this out further across. Once we dig this layer out, we'll start digging the next one out, and we'll slowly rebuild. I don't know how many layers down we need to go. I'm hoping it's just this one, but it might be another one after that. Might take a little bit of a while to dig all that out before we start rebuilding. Besides that, over time recently, we've managed to move our siege weapons around a little bit, put some ammo storage on the inside, as well as get some new storage space both in the towers and underneath our prison. We have a new storage area. So here we're going to be putting all the textiles that are extra from the kitchen area. That's pretty much filled. We're using that for packaged food as well as making clothing. So we have another storage area here for that. And then we also moved, what is it, the tallow and the beeswax into this area. And then this is also kind of an armory in itself, just to save some space. We can keep 3 weapons and shields, ranged weapons mixed on these. And then this side, it's just 1 piece of armor and 1 piece of a helmet. You can see it cleaned up a little bit of space in here, which means the outside space we designated, this is no longer wood. This is for weapons, sturdy weapons and flimsy ones. This we got rid of for storage space. This I just left here. This might be the future spot for our temple to be built, but I don't want to start building that until we mine out all of this like limestone here on the ground. I don't really want to start that until we get the clay mined out from under it, but we might be able to start measuring that out, see what we're happy with, see what we can do with apple orchard around it, as well as maybe even just expanding the water around it. But we'll see how we feel about that. Might just leave the pond somewhat the way it is. We'll have more of a town square vibe here in the middle. Maybe I'll do some sort of garden, put some statues around, put some benches down for people to sit at. We'll see. Right now we've been focusing on the defensive. We got quite a lot done. Pretty happy with this. Lately I have been worried about this area in case the enemy decides to break in. This is just one thickness in here, so that's why now I'm kind of just focusing on getting the rest of this put in now that the siege weapons are showing up. It seems like every other fight. I don't want to risk the enemy destroying that side of my base and then just rushing into my prison or building a ladder into my library. Let's get that problem taken care of. So, I want to thank you again for stopping by. Thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see anything, leave me a comment. Let me know. Thanks. Have a good one.